Hey guys, welcome to another review. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the TP-Link Kasa Smart Wi-Fi light switch. I've got a couple of these in my home, so this will be my third one. I can definitely say through experience that I use this product and I like it very much. These things work out really well. So inside the box, we have the actual Wi-Fi light switch. And attached to the smart Wi-Fi switch, we have a total of 4 wires. We have 2 black wires, those are your hot wires. Then we've also got a white neutral wire, and then we've got a 1 green grounding wire. So those are your 4 wires. We've also got some screws and some wire nuts. And inside the box, we also have a single faceplate. So that's going to fit the Wi-Fi switch perfectly. However, in my case, I am going to be installing this into an existing wall plate that has 2 switches. So we're going to have the wide style here for the Kasa light switch, and then right next to that we are going to have the narrow standard light switch. So we'll get into that momentarily. Anything else left in the box? Just a couple of instructions, and we have some wire labels. So let's go ahead and get this install started. This is going to be where we install the TP-Link Smart Wi-Fi switch. I've actually got 2 outdoor lights right here. Now one of them is a motion sensor and it comes on at night. But the other one, it's just an outdoor light that I typically just leave on 24 hours a day right there. So there's really no reason for that thing to just be running all day long like that. So that's why I'm going to be installing this right here. And we're going to put this on a timer so that that light just simply comes on at a specific time of day and goes off at a specific time of day. Okay, so now I've got the wall plate off, and before we go messing around inside of here, I definitely want to go turn the power off at the breaker. So we're going to go do that now so we can be safe. Okay, so I believe it may be this one right there. And we're going to go see what this does. And there we have it. The power is cut off. Okay, now that we have the power cut off, we're going to go ahead and pull this switch out of the wall here. Okay, to be safe, we're just going to check the wires here, make sure nothing is hot. So we are very good there. So to set this up, we're going to have to connect a white neutral wire, and that wire is actually buried inside this box. It's actually back here pretty deep inside the box here. So I'm going to have to try to pry this thing out. They've really got it in here. But I can see it. Just I may have to take this other switch out to get to it. I believe I got it. Okay. So yeah, here's our strand of white neutral wires. So that's going to be where this white wire on the box goes to right here. Okay, and then we've got our green ground wire, and that's going to tie into this bare copper wire here. That's our ground. So that's no problem. And then we've got 2 black wires here. And for the black wires, we're just going to tie those into the existing black wires. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get these wires out of the existing light switch. And they were not put on the screws, so we're going to go ahead and just put a little screwdriver in here. And that's going to release them. It's a little tight, but they'll come out. Okay. Get that one in there, and there you go. That's out. And now we can go ahead and take the ground wire off. Okay, the switch is now completely removed. I'm going to straighten this ground wire out because that is going to go in with the green wire from the switch using a wire nut. Okay, we're going to put the ground to the ground, get that on there nice and tight with a wire nut. Okay, now we've got the white neutral wire. Okay, so this is where we need to pull out our wires that were in the back of the box, and these are the other white neutral wires. Okay, and we need to tie those in just like this right here. Okay, and we're going to just put that in the existing wire nut. And when you tighten these down, you just want to make sure it's really, really good and tight and it's grabbing. Pull on that wire and make sure, that it's good and snug, just like the green one over here. Everything is good and tight. Okay, so now we've got the black wires, and these black wires can be a little tricky. Now, there are 2 black wires here, and on the old switch, there were 2 black wires. So we're just going to hook those up, black to black and black to black. So that takes care of that. But I have installed this actually 2 other times in my home, and one of my other switches only had 1 black wire coming off of it. So in that case, you just put these 2 together and you put them all on 1 black wire. But since we do have 2 black wires, then we will just go ahead and hook these up as so. And these are both load wires on the switch, on the actual TP-Link switch. So it doesn't matter how you do this. Either way, you just want to do black to black. Okay, so we're going to put those together. All right, so now what we have here, we've got our green ground wire coming out of the Wi-Fi switch, and that goes to our bare copper grounding wire that was already in the box. Okay, now we have 2 black wires coming out of the switch, and those are going to go to the 2 black wires from the old light switch. And then we have a white neutral wire, and that is going into wires that were in the back of the box that we had to tie into. So we've got everything wired up, and what I recommend is before you put all this back in the box and screw everything together, turn the breaker back on, and we're just going to test this and make sure it actually functions. Okay, so I've got everything wired up, and this is our switch now. And I can faintly see a little red circle there blinking, so I know we've got power to it, and that's just because we haven't actually set this thing up yet on the app and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit power, and as you can see, the light outside has turned on, and now we will turn it off, and the light outside is turned off. So we know this is wired correctly. So before I tidy up everything here, we're going to go ahead and go through the app setup, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can now control this from your smartphone. Okay, so you're going to want to put the Kasa app on your phone, and I've already got this installed. I have got a ton of these Kasa smart switches and plugs in my home, so I am very familiar with this. I've got all sorts of devices in here. So we're going to go up to the top, and we're going to go to this plus mark. And when you do this, we're going to just simply add a device. Okay, and we are going to be adding a smart switch. Okay, and for this case, we are going to be doing the top one here, the smart switch Wi-Fi HS200. Okay, so before we start, have you already installed your smart switch? Yes, we have. Okay, we're going to check the Wi-Fi light. Look at the front of your smart switch. And is the LED blinking orange and green? So it is actually blinking orange and green. It's very faint and hard to see, but it is. Okay, so now we have to switch our Wi-Fi over to the TP-Link Wi-Fi. So we do that by simply going into Settings. We go to Wi-Fi, and there is the TP-Link. Okay, once you are connected to the TP-Link Wi-Fi, we are going to switch back. And what this is going to do is going to make an established connection between your Wi-Fi and the smart switch so that it can transfer your Wi-Fi password and stuff to the switch. It may take just a moment here. And there we go. It has already been added to my Alexa devices. And then we can give this a name. So we're going to say back door light. Okay, and we are simply going to do custom, and we're going to call this back door light. Okay, and then for the picture, I'm just going to give it that. Almost done. Okay, now you can check firmware, and it will do a quick update. All done. Okay, so now with this added, I can actually turn the light on and off right from my phone. So turn off back door light. And there you have it. The smart switch is installed, and when it's turned off, you'll actually get this little white circle, this little light that indicates that it is off, and when you power it on, that will actually go away. So it's kind of backwards from what you might think, but when you see the light, it's off, and when you don't see the light, then it's turned on. So that's how you can tell. And of course, you can control this from your smartphone app, the Kasa app, and you can also control this from your voice using those commands through your Alexa type devices. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.